Hi, welcome to another edition of End Credits. And today we're going to do Back to the Future 2. Now, as I've said, this was a very successful trilogy, so before we begin, let's get on with the facts and figures. Now, the film was released on the 22nd of November 1989 and had a budget of $40 million and managed to recoup a lovely $332,500,000. And as before, was directed by Robert Zemeckis. Okay, movie-wise. Oh my God. We waited 5 years for this. And boy, did we get a movie. We got a movie, all right. We got a headache of a movie because this juggled everything. We waited 5 years. We saw Doc, Marty, and Lorraine fly off into the future because they were going to deal with Marty's kids. And, well, we did. It's kind of a rehash in a way of what we'd already seen in the first movie, which then became the ongoing joke that we'll see Marty with the skateboard, only instead of him inventing the skateboard, we see him with the hoverboard. We see the lovely touches with the Jaws 19 movie and Marty remarking that, yeah, the shark still looks fake. There's little touches. Tom Wilson playing Griff as well. That was just absolutely brilliant. But then we think we've solved the problem, only we've complicated it because old Biff discovers the time machine and inadvertently goes back in time and warns his younger self with a copy of a sporting almanac which has got all the sports results up to the year, I think it's 2020, I can't quite remember. But either way, our heroes come back and they find that the lovely 1985 that they knew is gone. And so they have to go back to the past to try and sort it out. And it's a mess. But it's actually quite funny in that they also play the original movie and they're trying not to interact with themselves. Michael J. Fox thought he must have had a bad time when he was playing himself and doing a TV show when he did the first one. This one, he's playing several characters. He's playing himself as in present day. Then he's playing his future self. Then he's playing his daughter, Marlene. And we also got Marty McFly Jr., who is basically a wimp. Chris Lloyd is back. Lee Thompson is back as Lorraine. Thomas Wilson is back as Biff, as is James Tolkien, firing a shotgun. You're not going to mess with a principal who's got a shotgun. But it's still a fantastic movie, and this one really says to you that you can't fall asleep. There's so much going on, and it goes on and but it juggles it well. At no point do you feel, wait a minute, something's been dropped somehow. This has been done brilliantly well. They've worked out all the details. And it's the first time that I saw a movie actually end on a climax where you really don't know what's going to happen. And so, for the first time in a movie, when I saw the words "to be continued," I was screaming. And we would have to wait another year before the movie came out, before we knew what happened. Was it a good movie? Was it a bad movie? Well, as I said, you had to keep track of everything. It's not a simple movie. There's a lot going on. But as for design wise, it was fantastic seeing. One minute we saw the town centre, then suddenly we see the casinos, the waste dumps, and everything is done brilliantly. It's a fantastic design. It's the art department went really out the way. They must have had hell on earth coming up with all this, but it was fantastic. But at the end of the movie, even though the words "to be continued" came up, we did get a sort of trailer of sorts, a kind of teaser for what was going to happen next for the third and final part. And we had to wait a year before we saw it. And that was torture, but worth the payoff. As for number 2, it was fantastic. It was well done, well written, well designed, and well worth the wait. Well, that's all for this edition of End Credits. Join me again next week for the third and final part of the Back to the Future trilogy. And until then, see you later.